You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hello, beauties. So here we are at June 2016, and there's two things that I want to talk about that are the understories, the macro cycle storylines that are affecting all of us at this time. The first, as always, I'm going to tune into the Sabian symbol that's keyed in at the 14-degree Gemini new moon. So let's talk about that first. The symbol is two Dutch children talking to each other, exchanging their knowledge. Now, this is about connecting, it's about communicating, it's about creativity. But I would say beyond that, there's another story here, which is that these are two Dutch children. So we're talking about two individuals that speak a very distinct language, and they resonate with one another. They understand each other. So what this month, what the understory is, the macro cycle symbol for all of us on a collective level is speaking to this month of June, from this June 4th to the July 4th Gemini new moon cycle. This is about aligning to a new point, catalyzing ourselves at a new place of inner resonance. And then I think post-June, and possibly even within the month of June, we are going to be at a new vibratory alignment, and that will enable us to emit the frequency that is going to attract us to our tribe. Many people, many clients have been searching for their like-minded, like-hearted tribe forever now. It's been years for some people. And this is very good news, I think, for us. I think the fact that this is talking about speaking a very distinct language and communicating that language with each other is talking about energies are at play to align us to a point of inner truth so that we can, in fact, recognize those other members of our quote-unquote tribe. So this is good. The other thing that I'm literally just going to touch on, because there's so much to talk about, is the Mutable Grand Cross. We also have a Grand Trine that's activated. At the point of both of those is Jupiter. And the North Node is not too far off. It's only a few degrees off. So Jupiter, which is at 14 degrees Virgo, is at the point of both the Grand Cross and Grand Trine. So it's interesting that, because this is talking about expansion into health, into healing, into wholeness. And there's more to say there too. But there's no accident why Jupiter is playing such a key role in these two magnificent and very intense, especially the Grand Mutable Cross. The Mutable Cross of Jupiter in Virgo and Neptune in Pisces, along with Saturn in Sag and the Sun, the Moon, and Venus, all in Gemini. This is major inner tension, major reworking that's going on. And this is after so many of us have been through so much already. So there is an increased honing of our tuning fork body-mind system that's activated right now, okay? So, and of course it's a mutable Grand Cross. So all of those signs that I just mentioned are mutable signs. They're changing signs. They're adaptable signs. So what does that say? This is about us becoming adaptable. This whole chapter is about us letting go, breaking free of the binds that are false and unsustainable, and aligning with, going with the flow with the changes, the openings, the advancement, the growth edges that are calling. If you want to know how this mutable grand cross is affecting you distinctly, I have an offer on for me to create a personalized video for you, tapping into your distinct soul print and what this month, because it's the entire month of June where we're activated, is birthing in you. So I invite you to click on the link below if you'd like to order that and connect with me. Okay, so let's move on. Hi everyone, welcome to your June 2016 Alchemy Scope. So let me explain what's here and what's going to happen today. So I have not been well physically, and this session today is going to be quick, down, and dirty. We're going to just do a card spread. But the reason why I wanted to show you the Himalayan sea salt and the pebbles here and the Buddha board in the background, but mostly the rocks and the salt, is that the intention for the scopes for June was to be half the board, half the divination table be this creation, be an artistic channeling, but instead of pencil to paper, to be with the rocks and the stones and the salt, and a spread. But today it's just going to be a spread. So this is going to come. This is definitely going to come in a future scope, probably July. I'm definitely going to do the channeled art drawing scopes as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside while we get prepared. And in the meantime, let's get the Buddha board going. And this is so fabulous. I found this recently at an art store. So today, this is going to be June 2016. And as you all probably know by now, this is a grand square month. So this is going to be powerful. A lot of internal work, internal processing, a lot of compression and alignment that's going on. Internal frictions in order to align you with the essence self that is calling to come, your truth in all ways, total integrity. So let's get started. Aquarius, welcome. So let's tap in here and just write your little sign affiliation up here on my little Buddha board. All right, lovelies. So let's take a look. I've already begun the shuffle for, to tap in. So every month, along with the nature's new moon cycle, we tap into the different demographics that are going through various general evolutionary trajectories. And right now we're tapping into Aquarian-centric scope people. And we're tapping into the general storyline of what is unfolding for at least the majority of Aquarian-centric scope people. So what event, circumstance, or situation is likely to come forward over the course of this Gemini new moon cycle and mutable grand cross cycle for your growth and evolution? Aquarius, what event, circumstance, or situation is likely to come forward for at least the majority of Aquarius-centric scope? Actually, I'm going to do that again. Beautiful. Okay. Aquarius, let's see. I'll lift these up if you can't see them. Okay, so let's take a look here. So kind of the theme underscoring the month for you is about courage for you. So you're going to need to access courage. You're going to need to face a growth edge. And it has to do with choosing something differently with the information that you know. And so we'll talk about that. But courage is going to come up as a topic for you. You're going to feel the push to be more courageous, to actually take a risk, to do something that's pushing your growth edge, do something that's out of your norm, but yet aligned with what your soul is calling for. So courage is going to be activated at some level for you. You might step up and actually meet the courage that's calling, but it's certainly going to be calling. It's going to be knocking at the door. And it has to do with you connecting with people. It has to do with trading and exchanging. Now, this does not, like, this is showing kind of a mercantile, like an old-time commerce engagement here. But this is talking about relationships. Okay, so trading exchange has to do with communications. It has to do with relationships. So, and this came up in the feeling sector, the emotional sector of the spread. So you're going to be called to be more courageous with how you engage with people this month over the course of June. Let me take a look here. I mean, in the mental sector, less is coming up. So what I'm getting from this is that your thoughts are about things are not as optimal as you'd like. So you're going to have to engage more with people. You're going to have to step up to the plate, engage more with people, because right now it's not optimal. Right now you don't have enough engagement. So right now it's optimal to receive more relationship, affection, communications from people. And I do know that there's a lot of people that are quite isolated right now. And it's just, I have to say, I think for a large portion of people, it is just part of the journey. Because as we're transmutating, there's a lot of energy that's being exhausted by our physical beingness, you know, our bodies, etc. And it does, you know, it's an internal process for sure, and it's kind of heavy and deep for a lot of people. So, but you're realizing in June that you don't have enough. You're thinking, I don't have enough. It's optimal to receive more. Now, for here in the center of the spread, it's interesting because it's saying in the month of June, or with regard to this Gemini new moon cycle, which begins on June 4th, you're going to make a choice with regards to, I want to say, how you teach, how you communicate your knowledge. So there's something about trading and exchanging your knowledge. So it's literally like you engaging with people and how you share about yourself. So you're going to make a choice to share about yourself, or it's going to be called, the courage is going to be called for you to share more of yourself with people over the course of this cycle, because it's not optimal as it is. It's not enough. It's not enough as it is. So there is going to be a realization, Aquarius, for you over the course of this cycle. So this is good. I mean, with this mutable grand cross, you know, with this mutable grand cross, there is a lot of activation for our various themes. And for you, it does look to be relational. Okay, so let's take a look and see what, this is the Carolyn Mace Archetype cards. Let's take a look and see what is the growth edge? You know, what is, for at least the majority of you in this general reading, what is a main quality that's asking to be matured and evolved over the course of this Gemini new moon cycle? So on the bottom of the spread is the student card, which is interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. Rescuer. Okay, and you know, this is interesting because, so what this is saying is this month for you, Aquarius, is about evolving out of assuming that the rescued will reciprocate and keeping the rescued one needy. So it's about being in a codependent relationship with somebody who's needy, okay? And it's about evolving into providing strength and support to others in crisis and acting out of love with no expectation of return. Now, the reason I really like this for you is because, firstly, this has come up. Angel came up for another sign, and there was this doing without expectation message that came up then as well. So for you, it's the same. It's about giving of yourself. It's about giving. It's about making a choice to share your knowledge without expectation of return, because it could be that there's less engagement because you've had expectations that failed. There was disappointment. So for you, this is going to help you. This is beautiful guidance. So this is essentially, this is the maturation. I just want to point something out. So I just, oh gosh, this is amazing. So these cards, everyone. So the student card was at the back. I showed it to you, but then suddenly I moved the cards, and here we are again with the blank card. So as I've mentioned in the last 3 filmings that I've done, this card, there's only a handful of these in the deck. So in this Carolyn Mace deck, there's about, I don't know, 4 to 5 to 6 of these in the whole deck, and we are to fill in whatever archetypes we wish. This card has continued to come up in the back of the deck again and again and again and again throughout this entire reading. And really what I'm taking this as is pure potentiality. You can thus grow and evolve whatever the heck you want. So, and I do think this is also referring to the fact that so many of you out there are on such diverse, specific, soul distinct paths that there is much that's activated. So it could be that it's very varied out there for you. And it also could be that there's just multitudes of things that are being grown, and there is no prime growth edge. It's like everything is being totally recalibrated. But it also does refer to potentiality, that you are to grow yourself optimally, period. And there's multiple potentials. You can create, you can grow, you can develop, you can foster whatever it is that you want in your life. But in the meantime, the message that you're getting is rescuer. So providing strength and support to others, acting out of love with no expectation of reward. It's doing and loving just for the doing and loving's sake. Okay, so wow, Aquarius, let's see what else we have for you. Hi everyone, your I Ching micro story, a general energetic theme that's playing out for your particular sign, is listed on the card that you're reading now, as is your optimal goddess embodiment, the Dakini embodiment. Who are you to become to ride this June wave optimally? In order to save time this month, I'm just recording this once. And if you'd like, for those interested, because not everybody is, you are free to visit my website and go to the online library where you can find the information for both your I Ching and your Dakini for the month of June 2016. Have a great month. Bye-bye.